Gunman Boxing, the baddest boxing channel in the UK. I am here with boxing royalty. This is Harlem Eubank, fresh off the back of a controversial loss to Jack Catterall. I've got to go straight into it, my brother. I've got to talk straight about it. How are you feeling after that fight, and what are you making of that fight?
I feel great, great learning experience. I put it in the bank of experience, bank it, put it behind me and use it as fuel going into, world level fights.
Listen, I thought you were going to smoke that, brother. You with Cajun rub, you know what I mean? Marinate him in the middle rounds. And I actually thought you were going to, do the business. You got a bad cut, wasn't it? Yeah. And that sort of threw you off. Would that make a huge difference in the fight? Was that the decisive factor?
No, I don't think it was my cut. I think it was his. I was preparing to do exactly that. And, I didn't get the chance, didn't get the opportunity to do it. So, we take it forward, we learn from it. And we make every round count going forward.
My brother, did you think the styles clashed and it was difficult for you to look good against him?
Yeah, I thought he was going to come forward. That's what he said he was going to do. I went to his backyard. I thought he was going to come and bring the fire, and that didn't happen. So, we move forward, we learn from it, and we take it into these fights approaching.
They've shut the doors on the rematch of that, by the sounds of things. Is that correct information that you doubt that fight will happen again?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. As a fighter, you feel what's in front of you in the ring, and I felt very good in there, regardless of what was happening. I use it as fuel, use it as experience. He's fought at the highest level, and I felt great, and I felt like I was coming into it nicely. So, didn't happen. We use it going forward in the upcoming world level fights awaiting.
Any fight news?
Yeah, I'm fighting in 2 weeks' time in Brighton, top 15 contender, Josh Wagner. A great challenger, and we're coming back to Brighton to.
I've seen that card. It's Wasserman card, isn't it? Yeah, and Roe Riggs on the undercard. Any opponents that you want to have on your hit list for next year?
Definitely. I'm coming for a world title next year.
Can we call out some names? Is anyone that we want to bruck up? Who's on the Brockage list?
The Brockage list is one and only name, and that's Josh Wagner in 2 weeks' time. Top 15 challenger. Full focus on him. Next year, I'm coming for a world title, so this is going to set up a big year next year. Yeah,
listen, next week I am at your cousin's rematch with Benn, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I've been a big fan of Chris Eubank Jr. And Senior when I was growing up. And I hated seeing him rehydrate with that rehydration clause. I'm used to seeing him coming forward, blistering hand speed, and there was times in there for me that I felt he just looked like Skeletor, like he was getting hit with shots and his legs were going from underneath him, and I didn't like seeing it. And I hate the fact that this rehydration clause is in there. Do you think that's going to be a factor, sort of 6 months on, 6 months to a year on, and he's got to do it again?
You have to ask the question as a boxing fan, why would they put it in there? Why would you try and make a fighter weaker going into a fight? It's beyond me. But
Crawford didn't ask for it against Canelo, you know what I mean?
Exactly, and they said if you want to fight a bigger man at his weight class and challenge at that weight class, you go up, you go up and fight like a champion. And you have to ask the question as a fan, why, who would put these clauses to weaken fighters in place.
Yeah, it's horrible to see, my man. It's really horrible to see. And then also he posted about the ambulance incident this week as well, saying that, safety's got to be paramount. It's horrible to see. I think they do know if Eubank Jr. is fully, if he can rehydrate fully, he's going to just bad him up. I think they know that, and they have to.
Yeah, I think he's only going to be better with that clause in this time. He's only going to be more experienced. He's had to do it once. He's had to drain himself, dehydrate, and was in the hospital after because of severe dehydration. He's felt it once already, so I feel like he's going to put in place what it takes to manage that better this time. And with that in place, I can only see destruction in there.
You can only see. Yeah, I think it's going to be an amazing fight. It's going to be an absolute war. I just think that rehydration clause makes it a lot closer for sure. How good was it to see Senior roll out of that lift? You know what I mean? He rolled out like a Benz, like 500 Benz. He just rolled out. It was a historical moment in boxing when they both rolled out together. Chris Jr. couldn't hide the smile from his face. How good is it that they're back reunited and all good in going into this fight?
I think that moment was one of my favorite moments, not just in boxing, but in entertainment history.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible.
You know, it sparked emotion with fight fans, with, you know, the general populace.
Families, and people,
you know,
and humanity. It was just
people with real relationships that, you know, have the same, you know, back and forths and same struggles, and, you know, showed them that in their moments when it counts, everything can be overcome, and that sparked a lot of raw emotion in people globally. And for me, it was one of my favorite moments to watch.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. I'm just going to quickly, lastly, just come on to the trainer of Chris Eubank Jr. So he was obviously with Roy Jones Jr. and a lot of fight fans thought, oh, bloody hell, Roy Jones Jr. is trying to make him Roy Jones Jr. And he boxed with his hands in bad positions. He didn't have that same spite. Bomac seems to have got the best performance out of him for a long time when he fought Liam Smith in the rematch. Do you think that's going to be a huge factor now he's with Crawford's team?
Yeah, I love Roy. I think Roy has a lot to teach, a lot of his own attributes that he can pass on to young fighters, and he's a great guy, beautiful character, and yeah, you know, he's a real genuine guy with a lot of knowledge and experience in the sport. So I feel like Chris would have taken bits from him, but with Bomac and the team in place, I saw they had kind of had the full setup last time, and seeing him go through every hurdle, every step, you know, the strength and conditioning, the boxing work, everything's regimented, and I just feel like that is what Junior's needed. You know, no one's going to teach him and reinvent new things with him at this stage of his career. It's about being 100% fit, 100% prepared, and going in there and doing what he does best.
My brother, let's have a prediction for your fight. Give me a round, give me a method.
An explosive performance.
Maximum violence?
Always.
My guy, bless up. Thank you very much for the interview. Appreciate you, my G. Best of luck in the future.